Well, there's a door here. I think that opens the door.
No, it don't.
It don't open the door? Are you sure?
No,
I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. That looks like a door open to me.
Welcome everyone back to Curiosities, and let me tell you, this is a wild, crazy world we live in, and certainly it's a wild, crazy country we live in. So crazy, in fact, that we have members of Congress that evidently are pulling fire alarms in order to avoid a vote on a very important bill. But before I get started, I just want to say thank you all for being strong supporters of the show. And if you can, I would really appreciate you hitting that like button if you're liking my content. I would really, really appreciate a lot if you share this video with others. Because these algorithms and these platforms where I'm at, either it's on X or YouTube or even Facebook and other places, you know, sometimes they're starting to crack down on a lot of creators with their content. So it's important that you share this with others to help the channel grow. Anyway, so let's get to the story from Fox, and the story is about Congressman Bowman, and the headline reads, and give me 1 second here. Headline reads, "The View host brazenly defends Jamal Bowman after fire alarm incident. He panicked." This is hilarious to me. He panicked, huh? So if you don't know the story, and this is running all the mainstream media, so it's kind of hard for me to imagine that you haven't heard this story yet. But apparently this congressman was, as he puts it, in a hurry to get to the vote, and mistakenly mistook the fire alarm for, I guess, a button to open the door or something to that degree. This guy is, I mean, either he's a complete idiot or he thinks we are, because there's nobody who's going to see a fire alarm and think that that's the way to open the door. Come on, man. And then you have people like the women on The View that are actually trying to defend this. This is so bad. No wonder people think America is a joke. Let's get into this article that's in Fox. It says the View was divided on Monday over whether Representative Jamal Bowman, a Democrat from New York, had purposely pulled the fire alarm inside a congressional building on his way to delay a House vote Saturday on a bill to avoid the government shutdown. Now, this obviously was in vain because they eventually did vote on this, and we can't even have any kind of civility where, listen, we're just going to, okay, you know, right or wrong, good or bad, you agree or don't agree. These are the representatives that we have that are sitting in Congress and they're voting on a bill, and you just got to let the process run its course. You can't sit there and be juvenile and pull the fire alarm. What the hell's wrong with you? This is what kids do to try to get out of class, right? Let's continue with the article. Surveillance video shows Bowman appearing to pull the alarm in front of two closed doors. The Democrat stunned conservatives after he claimed that he was rushing to cast his vote and pulled the alarm by mistake in an attempt to exit the building. Come on, man. You seriously? Come on. Look, if you're in the district where this gentleman is, where he's from, if you voted for this guy, please do yourself a favor and vote him out next time you get a chance, because he's a completely incompetent person, or he really thinks we're all that stupid. He really does. He thinks we're that dumb and we're going to believe this crap. Co-host Sunny Hostin and Whoopi Goldberg adamantly defended the congressman on Monday's show. Hostin said she personally knew Bowman and believed he panicked, but he couldn't open the door, which were marked as emergency exits. She compared the situation to being trapped in an elevator. So we have a bias right off the bat. We have a bias because she claims she knows the guy. Okay, so you know the guy. So what? Like, I know a lot of people, and that doesn't mean they don't lie. What? Because you know somebody, they don't lie? Because you know somebody, they're not crazy? I mean, come on. I mean, what is... First of all, you know, if there's one thing I could wish, honestly, I mean, I'm just being real personally honest here. If there's one thing I could wish, is that people would stop watching The View. I mean, this has got to be the most atrocious television show on daytime TV. These women on The View are... It would be one thing if they were just being light about things, and, you know, if they were talking about items or subjects that were of great interest to people, but they seem to be obsessed and hell-bent on creating more division in this country with the things that they talk about. We talk about them talking about things that are talking about us. And it's going around and around in circles. The View has got to be the worst television show. It really is. And on not just because of the people that are on it, because they're obviously hacks on every level, but also because the things that their conversations become a story, and it just creates more division, creates more animosity amongst people. There's nothing about this show that is good. I'm sorry, there just isn't. If you watch The View, I don't know why. I really don't. Now, please drop a comment, explain to me why you watch The View. Anyway, let's continue with this. It says, I don't want to call it a stunt. Oh, well, of course not. You don't want to call it a stunt, Sonny. Why would you call it a stunt? You know him personally, you know. I'm sure there was a lot of people that knew Jeffrey Dahmer personally. Gee, does that absolve him of his nonsense? No, absolutely not. Come on. Let's continue. I know Jamal, and so, again, I'm a little biased, but the doors that are normally open so that he could get into the chambers to read were somehow miraculously closed. How did that happen? So come on, man. What, that's the only door in the whole building? There's no other way around it? Come on. See, this is the thing that really drives me crazy about this show and about the women and these people on this show. It's just, they just don't make any sense. I mean, the things that they say just are so egregiously dumb. It's like, I just can't stand. I just don't understand why people will continue to watch. For the life of me. I mean, I don't know. So yeah, sometimes you're freaked out and you're in an elevator and you're pressing all the buttons she added while gesturing frantically. To me, it's almost like they're taking the attention away from this story of this congressman. And now they're making it about something else. And so the discourse on the media is now trying to turn the attention towards these people talking all this nonsense, right? Instead of talking about what this guy did. And what he did was, I think, from what I read in other periodicals, is a felony. He's a felony. I'm sorry, I skipped the part. He says, New York Democratic Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez employed a similar defense, saying her peer pulled the alarm in a moment of panic. I mean, I understand that there are people out there that like the AOC. Please tell me one thing the AOC has brought to the floor, one bill that has passed that she has sponsored. Can anybody answer that question? I've heard other people ask that same question, and nobody seems to know someone who has an answer. She has a TikTok channel or an Instagram channel where she posts videos. This is a very unserious person. Okay, AOC is a very unserious person, and the people that run with her in the Congress are very unserious people. In fact, I would dare say that a lot of people in the Senate and a lot of people in the Congress and people in the White House are very, very unserious people. They really are. Because if they were serious, this would not be happening right now. We would not be having the discourse. We would not be having this conversation with Whoopi Goldberg and Sunny Hostin. We just wouldn't. This would be there would be censures. There would be people in Congress, on both sides, the Senate and the House. There would be censuring this guy. That would be working to try to expel him from the Congress, because this can't be how normal looks. It can't be. Think about it. If you want a serious country with serious politicians and representatives, with serious lawmakers in Washington that are making laws, that are making, they're working on bills to help improve the country. They're not doing any of that to help improve the country. They're doing that to help improve themselves. They're doing that to line their buddies' pockets, their cronies, the stock market people and the big corporations and all those regulatory people that are somehow fudging the system so they can make more money and more kickbacks. That's who they're helping with these things. They're not helping people like the rest of us, like people that are just working people, just trying to pay our bills, just trying to watch our TV without anybody bothering us, without having to pay taxes through the roof, without having to pay $7 for gas, without having to pay $300 every time we go to the grocery store. I mean, can we fix those problems? Can we try to attack and solve those problems? Oh, no. Whoopi Goldberg and they have a lot to say about, no, we can't do that. We got to talk about Ukraine. We got to talk about this. We got to talk about that. Anything but the things that really matter to the working class people, to the regular folks, to the middle class, even the upper middle class, even the affluents, the poor. I mean, Hello? Am I the only one seeing this here? But no, we got to play politics. We got to run and pull fire alarms. We got to act stupid. We got to dress like fools. We got to wear hoodies and shorts. And, you know, we got to have people in the White House that pee on themselves. That's where we are. That's where we are. And I think that's the saddest part about all this, is that these stories just continue to mount. They become more and more egregious. The people become more and more bombastic. And they're going to continue to do more and more crazy stuff because they get away with it. And folks like you and I, who should be up in arms about it, who should be calling our representatives, who should be calling the Senate, should be calling our representatives, our mayors, and state senators. We got to be calling everybody and say, listen, we can't continue this path. We can't. And yet we do. And so I'm curious to know what you guys really think of this. I mean, are we going to let this guy get away with it? Probably. Because, you know, hey, we've become an apathetic society, an apathetic country, which unfortunately becomes pathetic. But I'm curious to know what you think. I'm ranting tonight. I'm ranting. I don't know. I'm just, for some reason, this story really got to me. Curious to know what you think. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment. Drop me DM if you're not comfortable with that. If you like this video, please hit that like button, share it, subscribe if you're on YouTube. If you're on X, please hit that follow. There's more to come. Hang in there, everyone. We're going to get there. We're going to figure this out. Until next time, God bless.
New Kingdom Radio Theater.